Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Fad Show. On this week's episode, I'm going to replace the motor mounts on my E39 M5. So if you watched the previous episode, I pointed out that looks like the passenger side one has failed. You can see the oil has released out of it. And then I wanted to go ahead and replace the driver's side one because it had power steering fluid that leaked onto it. So that usually breaks down the rubber. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace these. I got Corteco ones. Yeah, just be careful because they are different part numbers for the passenger and driver side mounts. But I got a kit through SCP Euro that came with both the mounts and then all the hardware. I think this is gonna be a pretty simple job. There's just, from the bottom side going up, there's two 13mm nuts that hold it on. And from the top side, it's gonna be really difficult to show on camera, but I'm sure you can work your way down the side of the engine and reach that 16mm that's on top. You can remove all the hardware, and then you can go ahead and jack the engine up and pull the mounts out. I'm hoping I don't have to remove the fan, since mine is, or the BMW tool I have is kind of a cheap Amazon one that doesn't work very good for removing the fan clutch. So I'm hoping I can lift the engine up enough without having to take off the fan, but I guess we'll see, because it will eventually start to hit on the shroud here. So with that, I already pre-soaked the hardware in PB Blaster. I guess first things first, I'll go ahead and remove the two 16mm on top, and then we'll go down below and remove the 13mm. If you look down behind that AC port, I think you can just see that 16mm can be really difficult to show on camera, but I'm going to remove those and then go down below. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try and take the fan off, since I don't think I'm going to be able to lift the engine high enough without it hitting. So I can never remember, because it's backwards, but I turned it that way and it broke free. So it's always a guess for me. That's a good puzzle to get that out of there. I guess it's a good time to look at your fan clutch too. I'm not really sure what you can tell from looking at it. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and jack the engine up enough to get the mounts out. I'll probably do one at a time to be safe. And if you don't take the fan off, probably should watch up above what's going on. Removing the mounts is one of the times where I wish I could tell you I had the perfect trick or method to do it. Unfortunately, this is just one of those E39 puzzles that you're just going to have to work your way through. Eventually, after enough playing around, it will finally come out, and then you get to repeat the process, putting the new mount in the same location. So these lower 13mm are torqued to 17 foot-pounds, and the top's 26. My quarter-inch drive torque wrench maxes out just before there, and then my half-inch drive torque wrench, the minimum it can go, is just above there. So I'm just going to give these good and tight. Click, click, perfect, 17 foot-pounds. And then don't forget to put your fan back on. And while I had the car up in the air, I decided to complete the manual transmission fluid flush that I started a few months ago. I drained the cheap Phoebe fluid that was in there, and I put in some Redline GL4 MTF. Unfortunately, it didn't really do much as far as shifting feel goes, but probably helped the transmission get some of the buildup that was in there out, because the factory fluid I drained was pretty nasty. So the oil was looking a lot better this time. So I love when you replace something, it makes like an immediate difference in the car. But that's 100% how these motor mounts were for my E39 M5. I've been driving the car for a little bit now, and I can't believe the difference. This is kind of the change I was expecting when I did the thrust arms on it, but I didn't really notice that too much with these motor mounts. Like, there's way less bucking under acceleration. It seems like it's putting the power down more efficiently. So yeah, it always feels good when you do something that improves the drivability of your car, and it's a pretty easy job. Probably will take you about an hour and a half, 2 hours. There's just that top nut on the driver's side that's kind of a pain in the ass to get to, but once you'll weave your extension through all the lines that are over there, eventually you can find it. And yeah, I actually ended up loosening one of the steering box nuts and got on the wrong one until I realized my mistake. So hope you guys like this episode. As always, if you really liked it, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next time. Thank you guys. Bye.